Last week we went on a surprise trip on Oahu with my sister. She had planned a shark cage dive and we got to see Galapagos sharks up close.
We have sailed halfway around the world to Hawaii, which is a stop on the way to Alaska and British Columbia. I was down below working and I started to feel some bumps from the keel, and I went out and see that there is super low water and we're standing aground. We're actually standing aground at the moment. It's really low water. Yesterday was actually very high and we're like moored in a uphill, so I think it gets really shallow quick, and our draft is 2.1 meter, so we have a pretty deep draft, and I could feel as the water was moving, I think there was a boat passing behind us, and I started to feel the bumps in the keel as we hit the ground. So I think I will try to move us a little bit backwards and see if that helps. Mission accomplished.
Our solar vents have been pretty useless and have been leaking a lot, and now it was finally time to change them. We took the decision to install round portlights instead. That will give more light and air and will be completely watertight when closed.
Hey?
It's pretty thick aluminium up here as well. It's like 6 millimeters. Turned out good. But now we want to have some new paint here as well. That's the problem when you put new stuff on an area that's worn down. Maybe next year.
It's our second try to reach the waterfall. Last time we were here with Johan's sister Cecilia, and then it was so muddy here, and we took this road because this is much easier. We can walk on this real road down here, but the waterfall is here. So now we're gonna try to reach the waterfall with Johan's parents.
Yeah, and it's a lot easier today. No mud. This area was totally like 10 centimeters of mud all over the place. But now it looks a lot drier.
So the mud situation so far? Not too bad.
No.
Muddy?
Yeah, pretty muddy.
You dropped the shoes.
Yeah.
Easier without?
Yeah, easier without.
Because you have flip-flops.
Yes.
I'm still good. But it's pretty muddy here. But it's fun. We're out in the nature. In the jungle. There's so many birds here. Woo! Oh, good. Jag visste det. Jag såg det komma.
Axel är ute tre.
Are you getting bitten by mosquitoes?
Yeah, there's a lot of them now. My ankles are pretty badly bitten. So my parents gave up, and yeah, I can understand it. It's pretty far, a lot of mud, rocks and branches or roots from the trees. So it's been pretty slippery. But I think we're pretty close to the waterfall now. I don't know how far we've been walking, but some couple of kilometers maybe in the wood. And yeah, the last part here has been really muddy.
The hike was longer than we thought, and the trail went both uphill and downhill.
It's a nice waterfall, but it's too crowded. That's the problem. But I think now it's time to go and pick up my parents. They're waiting for us.
We made it. How long did it take?
It took us 50 minutes to go back from the falls.
The whole way? But we've been walking
So I
quite
would say
yeah.
maybe 2.5
Pretty
hours
fast.
total.
So now we just want to clean ourselves off. And pretty muddy. As we'll be sailing in more unstable weather, we wanted to add a Series Drogue to our equipment. We bought a fully assembled Jordan Series Drogue from Ocean Break.
This is the deployment bag that we got with the Series Drogue, and as you can see, you put it in coils like this through this rubber band, And the reason for this is, of course, when you deploy the drogue, you don't want the line to snag on anything, like if you just put it down in a normal bag. So it will go back and forth all the way. All of the 124 cones will be in here, and then you can fold it, roll it up. So the last time I had one of these drogues, we bought it as a kit. So we had to attach all these cones to the rope, which wasn't very hard, but it took a while to do it. And the hardest part was to produce the bridle leg in the back, because that line is pretty thick, and to make these eyes with the small winches you have on that we had back then on a 33-foot boat, that was really hard to make. So we saved ourselves a lot of work and time by getting it fully assembled. What do you think of it?
Looks good. I hope we never have to use it.
Yeah, of course.
But it feels good to have.
So today I'm going to install these brackets. It's for the Series Drogue that we have bought. And yeah, the reason we're installing these brackets is because the force from this Series Drogue can be pretty immense. Up to, I think it is the placement of the boat. So one of these brackets must be able to take, I think it's up to 50% of the whole weight of the whole boat. So that's why they're pretty sturdy. So I will have these brackets, one on each side, and a backing plate, of course, on the inside. Because these are stainless and the boat is in aluminium, I will put some insulation plastic on the inside here. I haven't figured that out yet. And yeah, it will sit with 8 bolts through here. So this eye will be connected here with a big stainless steel shackle. So there's 2 of these legs, bridle legs, and these 2 are connected to the Series Drogue in the back of the boat. In the event of a big storm or we have really big waves, I have been using a drogue like this in a big storm before, and it's a really good system. It's a passive system, so you can really rest when you use it. You just use it from the back of the boat, never from the front. And the boat will drift in like 1 to 2 knots downwind. So you need to have some sea room to use this Series Drogue. So I'm waiting for our friend Mike. He's living here on the island. He's going to help me to get to a workshop to do the last holes in these shame plates for the Series Drogue. Because yeah, I drilled the first ones, but I wasted too many drills on it. It's kind of hard with those thick plates of stainless steel when you don't have a drill press. After asking around at a few places without any luck, we finally found a machine shop with the right tools.
Scary.
quite scary. But now let's look at
Is it straight?
I hope so. So we're going to drill some holes in the boat. Always fun. The first one I just made a pilot hole from the inside. It's going to be here. So the bracket is going to sit like this. And the shackle out here. The normal cleats won't be enough and the winches are a bit too high up, so that's why you need to have these special brackets. In a perfect world, of course, being an aluminium boat, we would have something welded here, but because the boat is painted, that's not possible right now. So we'll do it with the stainless steel plate instead and some insulation between the metals, like we have on the shame plates.
Scary thing to make holes in the boat.
I used this drill bit when I made the holes in the stainless plate, and this drill is like pretty wasted. Ja, du kan väl bara sätta fast det. Ser det fortfarande rätt ut? Går det, pappa?
Jodå. Det blir bra det här.
Looks good. So it's teamwork today. We have our help from Daddy Hammerlund. That's great.
Ja.
Have some extra help, extra
Yes.
hands. Bernt is an old smith and welder. So you know this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, looks pretty good if you ask me. Now it's time to do the other side. It's a bit easier because now we know exactly where to put it. So we just take the measurements from the other one, and now we can drill all the holes from the outside. Makes it a bit easier. But there's no dock on this side, so I have to use the dinghy.
This is where we will keep the Series Drogue now during the passage. So it's mounted and ready to deploy. And these are the bridle legs that goes to the sides of the boat where the brackets are. And yeah, so it's ready to deploy. You throw these in, or before that, sorry, you take this off, and here you put a weight. So we have a piece of chain that we will attach here. So this is what goes in the water first, and then these, and then you open up here, and the Series Drogue will hopefully deploy itself like this, as it is.
I do think a lot about Senator Daniel Kaka, his commitment.
Every year on Memorial Day, there's a big event at Ala Moana Beach in Honolulu. Around 7,000 lanterns float out in the water in memory of lost ones. The ceremony is led by Her Holiness Shinzo Ito and the Buddhist temple Shinuo-en.
You may now float your lanterns.
Thank you for watching this episode. Please like, share and subscribe. We'd really appreciate it. Stay tuned for next week's episode where we make the final preparations for our sail to Alaska.